I think so. I know the Hawks are steaming off the loss last week to Taranaki, but also the Rangers suffered the same fate to Taranaki last year, sort of same points difference too. I think the Rangers lost by 18 points and the Hawks lost by 15. So I know they're both hungry. The Hawks in the preseason, the Hawks played the Rangers and it was a really close game. I think the Hawks ended up winning that by 8 points. So this young talented Rangers team, they're going to be hungry for a win tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Both teams really desperate for the victory tonight, and it couldn't harm both of them. As you said again, the City Rangers, they haven't really gotten themselves a victory this season, and the Hawks as well. A little bit disappointing in the terms with the team they have, plus obviously with the experience of coach with Tab Baldwin. Yeah, going back on that last game, pretty much both the teams got the same raw deal. Not the touch of the court in terms of the officials, so heavily penalised as such.
Yeah, there was a few iffy calls I was hearing that it could have been down there, but hey, players know you can't leave it up to the officials to determine the game. Their play has to determine the game. To start off, first turnover of the game for the Rangers, Hawks on attack. Now, Brian Green had an awful shooting game last week, like 4 out of 20 from the field. I'm expecting him to have a huge game tonight.
Well, yeah, definitely. He's one of the key imports for the Hawks, and you just want to see this brother in the open court. I don't know if you've ever seen him in the highlight reels across the land. He can throw down monster dunks, and he can a lot of creativity. Hops for days.
Yeah, the boy got some hops, that's for sure. I've called him one of the best all-around imports that the league have seen. So now I think this game is going to prove me right. We'll see. The Rangers will be hoping that he can't and he'll have another off night, because that'll better their chances, I think, for winning this game. Now, Carl Buck makes a move to the hoop. Now, he's a strong imported player, and I hear that he's married to a Kiwi.
Yeah, that's right. Carl Buck, you could say he's an import, but as you say, he'll turn over there and Carl Buck bring up the ball. But, you could probably say that, he's married to one of the Waitakere Rangers captain for the Women's League. So, that's pretty much one of those. And saying that, pretty excited to see this young, youthful Waitakere team. There's quite a lot of development coming all the way from where they are up in Auckland. So, yeah, it's a good game.
Looks like Brian Green has been injured. Let's hope he's okay. For Hawks fans and any fans, you don't ever want to see a player go down and hurt an injury. You just want a fair game. Mano y mano. Whoever wins, wins. We'll try to get some status on Brian. I think it's his shoulder. He's touching his shoulder over on the bench. The physio, Nigel Pryor, one of the best in the business. We'll be looking after him, so hopefully he'll be back on the court soon. And now, entering the first time this year, home favorite, Everett Bartlett. That's a big boost for the Hawks, I think, by Everett coming back into the lineup.
Yeah, back from his duties from obviously coming second, I'll say, against the Perth Wildcats, against the Breakers. He'll be a well addition back into the. Here we go. Oh, there you go, Brewster. Gets on the 2 points.
That's a great sign for the Hawks that Dion, first drive to the basket, he scores. Not so good for the Rangers. They got to tighten up on that defense. They call a bit of traveling, but could have been a bit of a bump, but Darko was keeping his hands straight up. So Darko's been pretty solid this year, I think. Yeah,
definitely. Darko has been a bit, solid. But, he does get a tendency of getting caught up too high. You just want to see big boys down low do the damn thing. So you get there and do some work.
He's got the old European style, though. You know how there's no such thing as big guys in Europe. They all can shoot threes, majority of them anyway. So he hangs around that three-point line a little bit, and he can actually handle the ball pretty well for his size. That's a nice steal there by Darko, right on cue. Porter's looking to attack as always. And Aiden Daly starts off with his first 2 points of the game. Now, that's an awesome sign for the Hawks. The Rangers don't need to give him any confidence, because Aiden Daly is really a streaky and confidence player. If he gets hot, he can think he can make any shot.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, and let's look at this team here. Turnover by Carl Buck, unfortunately. You know, they've got some good experienced players still in this team. The captain, Houston O'Reilly, your former, actually, the Pirates. So last year, he was part of the championship team. You know, sparky by trade ball. Here goes Paul. Oh, on a flip. Missing there. Nice rebound by Dwayne Bailey. Was what, Rookie of the Year? Or not so far back.
Yes, he was. Hey, now the Rangers are trying to take a page out of Otago's book, and they're attacking the Hawks inside, and it pays off for them. Now the Hawks really been struggling inside a little bit defensively, and they hope. Well, that's a nice steal there by Carl Buck. He just picked Everard's pocket. Good block and great defense by Dion.
Block by Dion, just denied. Dion Brewster. Here we go. Yeah, nice finish there by Aiden Daly.
And Aiden Daly starts the game off 2 from 2. The Rangers are going to look to slow it down a little bit because I don't think they really want to get in a nice run game with the Hawks because that's what the Hawks want. Great shot there by Dwayne Bailey. Just confident. He looks really comfortable shooting that jumper from that range.
Once again, as we put in earlier in the telecast, you know, it's a young team here, the Rangers, and, you know, Dwayne Bailey is seen as one of the veterans on this team. Flush, this splash free by Bartlett. Good to go, here we go. Should be a good game tonight. Free open basketball.
And there he is, Everard Go-Go Gadget Arms Bartlett. First attempt, nothing but the bottom of the nets. The Rangers are going to have to tighten up on defense on him if he's going to make a couple like that, and that's exactly what the Rangers need to do. They need to attack Everard and some of the guys off the dribble that's not so quick laterally, because they do have a bit of quickness. I know Aiden Daly is one of the quickest ones in the league, but he's probably not against some of these younger players on the Rangers team.
Yeah, well, earlier today I had the privilege of actually having a one-on-one with the team. Team manager Wayne Robertson and Ollie Bryce, the assistant, and of course Ike Ho, who's the coach, and he's been actually the assistant coach to the Tall Ferns. So that's been a fantastic thing. Have you actually had any time with Ike Ho?
Yeah, Ike Ho I've heard nothing but good things about him. The players really respect him as a coach, which is great to see. And it's always nice to see a young team like the Rangers, because a lot of those players may be sitting on the bench for other teams and wouldn't get as many minutes and quality minutes like they're doing now. I think it's just going to better their game, and it's great to see that another team is coming to the league with that youth and to build on that youth. And I think if they keep this group together, they'll turn out to be one of the best teams in the league.
Well, that's it, yeah, start them young. And they go backdoor pass in the entry point, pick the pocket there. Carl Buck bringing it up. Yeah, that's definitely the case there. Oh, up court. Nice, good finish. It looks like timeout, and the call is going to Hawks, I say.
It's all tied up, 9-9. We got a timeout in action. With a little under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, like I said again, I had the opportunity and chance to actually. Yes, once again, I actually had the opportunity and chance to have a couple of words with the Rangers this morning. The game plan was simple for them. You know, a young, talented team. They want to run the ball. They want to push the ball. They want to get in a transition on defense. They want to hustle. They want to hustle hard, and they want to get in their face off the Hawks. You know, and that's what they've pretty much been doing at the moment. Good turnovers, creating it a transitional basket.
Well, they'll be hoping for that, that the game plan sticks to pace, and the Hawks will be trying to counter that. You know, the Hawks really haven't exploited the mismatches much to start this game, which I thought they may have done maybe inside a little bit more to Brian and Darko. We'll see what they do when they come out of the timeout. See if Tab has told them, let's pound it inside, go inside then outside. But the way they're shooting, with Everard making his first shot, and Aiden Daly making jump shots, hey, they might not need an inside game.
All right, the entry point here for number 91, Jack Salt. He is tipped actually the youngest player in the league, and he's actually a part of the Westlake Championship national team.
Well done to the young fella. I see he's sporting the old Dennis Rodman number. I don't know if that was one of his favorite players. If it was, then let's see if he works as hard as Dennis did on the court. The shot up by Dion is off the mark. I think Dion needs to attack the basket a little more. They're playing off him, so they're making him shoot a jump shot. They know he's a great driver, the Rangers do. Drive to the basket. Nice, strong drive to the basket by Shea Elite.
Yeah, Shea Elite, nice little drive to the basket. Now that's what you need to do. You need to attack it up the front. And there we go again. Oh, hard luck, can't finish there with Dion Brewster. And like we said again, the Hawks are a little bit weak down low because earlier in the week, some bad news for the Hawks. Very own Kareem Johnson not able to play for the rest of the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kareem Johnson's citizenship papers haven't come through. I went through the same thing. It took me about a year and a half. I ended up playing second division when I was in Christchurch back some umpteen years ago, and mine failed to go through as well because of the time frame you put in your application. I was outside the country 1 day over the limit, and they declined my application, so I had to resubmit it, and that just took so long. I ended up playing second division for Canterbury that year, winning a championship in the second division, by the way, which I enjoyed just as much as the ones I won in the NBL. It looked like Darko will be at the line shooting 2. First foul shots, 11-9, with a little over 4.5 minutes to play. First attempt up and good.
All right, then. It looks like for the Rangers, Captain Houston O'Reilly has taken to the bench. And entry here for Johnny Fisalai. You know, I seen Johnny Fisalai on their Facebook page. Brother can jump out the gym. You know, I'll talk. There was a player who will remain anonymous. Get in his poster, baby. He was just throwing it down with a tomahawk dunk.
Nice. The young fella got some hops as well. Let's see if he can use them in the game. Three-pointer up, no good. But aggressive boxing out by Everard Bartlett and Aiden Daly. Pays off. Rangers over the back. The Hawks will be on attack here. Tab is in, throwing out the instructions to Aiden Daly. Tell them to set up the half-court offense. And it's just been a half-court game, really, so far. We need to see it pick up. I thought we would see a faster pace between the young players, and the Hawks like to get up and down and run.
Yeah, obviously it probably is a feel-out process at the moment. First quarter, people don't know what's going on. Here we go, corner pocket. Oh, Paul Waitakere normally is money on those sort of shots, open on the court. But one thing that the Rangers need to probably work on was actually getting penalised against, the refs. They felt they were getting a bit stiff lately. But as you said again, play on, play on.
Yeah, players have to adjust, and I'm a former player, so I know how difficult the refereeing job is in every game. Because no player is ever satisfied with the refs. I don't think in any game. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. But like I said, you just got to move on, play your game. Don't let the referees control the game. You control your own game. And I think that both teams, if they come out, look like they've come out and they're playing that way. So let's hope it continues. We don't want any decisions made towards the end that will be influenced by any of the referees. I think the players should decide the game. Shot clock goes off, offensive rebound.
Nice finish.
Goes back up. Dwayne Bailey, inside again. The Hawks really need to control the inside of that paint and those boards.
Yeah, that's it again, and at times we're seeing that Brian Green sometimes falls in the number 4 position, which is pretty uncharacteristic for him. Oh, kick out. Oh, mops up the loose ball. Brian Green takes it in. Inside, there he goes. Finishes, nice.
Now that's more like a great feed by Paul Waitakere to Brian Green. Miscommunication on defense by the Rangers there. Left Brian Green wide open underneath the basket. Something you can't do. Brian's trying to get after it a little tough on defense, and it pays off. Dwayne Bailey probably not used to someone guarding him like a Brian Green, because Brian is pretty much not really a post player, although he does play 4-man for the Hawks sometimes. But it's sort of a mismatch there, I think. They need to explore on both sides, really. The Rangers need to post up, I think, Dwayne Bailey a little more, and Brian probably need to get the ball outside a little more so he can take Dwayne off the dribble. Nice short baseline jumper by Paul Waitakere. That's his trademark shot.
Yeah, and good vision there by Daly, actually initiating that pass into there as well. Yeah, swinging the pass around. Passing in, nice shot there, going up. Oh, you'll bank on hitting that 90% of the time. Fisalai, missing the basket, but actually going to go to the charity strike for 2.
And once again, the Rangers are attacking the offensive boards. It must be on the scouting report. that the Hawks aren't very good. They don't box out very well. They've been getting hammered on the boards a little bit. And when they give up, it's not necessarily the amount of offensive rebounds they give up. They give up offensive rebounds for scores and putbacks or going to the free throw line, which they can't afford to do this game. The Rangers will be wanting to see more of that. I think there's a bit of blood, a few scratches here and there. Dwayne Bailey has to check out of the game.
Yeah, you know, offensive rebounds, that's a coach killer. So that's probably going to be killing Tab there at the moment. But hey, you know, you got to box out. You got to get down there and you got to win those scrappy, you know, those rebounds. All right, number 12 has just checked into the game as well. That's Jason Goodwin, all the way there from Waitakere. So, yeah, once again with this Rangers team, they're actually a bunch of just local players. You know, well, obviously besides, well, Carl Buck. There we go. And also Alonzo Burden, you know, son to the legend Willie Burden of Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, but Alonzo has been playing better and better each game, I think, since the first ball game, which the Hawks will be glad to see as well. Now, Brian's going to look to take this one-on-one, and that's exactly what he tried to do, but they're double-teaming him as soon as he comes in the lane, and that's what Alonzo does. That's what he do. He can shoot that three. He's got that keen eye like his dad from the three-point range, and he's got to let him fly.
What was Willie Burden doing out on the perimeter, first of all? You know, but anyway, here we go. Nice swing. Yeah, that's where Alonzo pretty much, he parks himself on that three-point line. That boy can shoot out of the parking lot, that's for sure.
That's right. When you're guarding Alonzo, you better guard him as soon as he steps out of his car before he gets in the gym. That's just a little too strong. I think we were talking him up a little bit and made him a little nervous on that shot.
Yeah, the commentators cursed. We just mocked him out. All right, then. So, like I said again, almost approaching the end of quarter time. Easy, too soft in the entry. Once again, punishing them in the middle there. Fisselite going right to the basket and finishing.
That was a nice move by the young fella. The score 17-16 to the Hawks with a little over a minute to play in the first quarter. Half-court offense been run by the Hawks. Good pressure defense by the Rangers. Shot clock is down. Darko has to put it up. Front of the rim, no good. Rangers with the rebound and on attack. Looks like the Rangers are trying to use the old we're young, you're old kind of style. We're going to run you until you can't run anymore and you're too tired to run so we can score on you easily.
That's for sure, you know. But hey, you know what? There we go. Oh, easy. Take it to the basket. Brian Proford, he was a bit, unhad there. He should have got a bit of an and one. Oh, long pass. Houston O'Reilly tries to bring it in, but can't. So Brewster about to come back into the game, and it looks like who's taking a seat here at the moment? It looks like Darko better take a little bit of seat, a little bit of time reflection just for second quarter.
Yeah, I think the youth is showing now with the Rangers. That was the ill-advised pass. The momentum was on their side. They should have just realized they need to do a half-court offense there and set something up. Unfortunate on the turnover, but the Hawks would love to see more turnovers from them like that so that they can come on attack. And the Hawks are really attacking the Rangers off the dribble at the moment, which is paying off big time.
Yeah, it does look like a little penetration game. Pretty much look off the same characters like your Brian Green and Brewster. And then obviously they're trying to free up the perimeter men. And like I said again, parking up was Alonzo Burden, hitting 1 free. So he's 1 from 1. 1 from 2, sorry, to be corrected. So, so it looks like the game plan. Dwayne Bailey checking back in again. He likes to get 2010 Rookie of the Year from one of our 2 Jets.
As Dion Brewster's at the line shooting 2. He makes that one. So the Hawks up 20-16 with just over 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Been an interesting first quarter. The Hawks have been pounded on the boards a little bit, but they've been attacking the Rangers off the dribble. So the Rangers will look to do more of that, attacking them on the boards and the inside like they're doing right now, and that's 2 points.
Yeah, nice rolling hook there by Patrice Bolstead. Number 31 just coming on, getting some valuable minutes right then. 3-2, and there we go. Everard Bartlett couldn't finish off the play.
So that's the end of the first quarter, 21-18 to the Hawks.
2-18. And as always, got some great entertainment for you lined up. You might have seen this happen in the past. We bringing it back. It's always a bit of fun. We've got 4 kids down this end. now this is what they're going to do. They're going to run down here. They're going to put on a pair of shorts. They're going to run to halfway. They're going to put on a single.
All right, we got a bit of a quarter break action going on here for some lucky young fans. That first quarter, I think it favored the Rangers really because the Hawks needed to really come out, and if you're an older squad and more experienced squad, I think if you come out a little strong and just attack the whole time and up the pressure up with the young Rangers team, then that lead would be up by a little bit more if they were rebounding better as well.
Yeah, like I said again earlier in the last quarter, quite a lot of entry passes and then just all right, it looks like a bit of a correction there. Sorry about that. Jack Salt is not actually the youngest player in the league. We actually got Sam Timmins, all the way a 15-year-old in the Otago Nuggets. So, hey, thank you for the correction. We are looking at your replies.
Well done and well spotted too, I say. Either way, he's about 20 years or so younger than I am.
All right, so thank you there, Charles Sarong. You know, thanks for the pretty much the recovery there. Thank you very much. But anyway, back to the game again. We actually talk about Otago. Man, are they on a run at the moment? You know, 6-0 and looks like, you know, pressing to the 7. You know, that hasn't happened to them in the last, I don't know, however moments. You know, it just goes to show, you know, BJ Anthony and co, you know, just doing the damage down on the low post. Looking at the last game, you know, over about 52 points were scored in the post.
You know, Otago is definitely one of the teams to beat, if not the team to beat. And they're playing really relaxed now. I mean, they're getting used to winning. You know, when a team hasn't been winning before, but those players on that team, they've been a part of winning teams, which changes the whole culture of the Otago team, I believe. And they're winning, and they look like they're just doing it without even giving 120%. They seem like they just can cruise to a win, really. They're so relaxed, but yet they play really hard. Start of the second quarter, Hawks up 21-18. A little man-to-man defense by the Rangers. Good read of the offense, so that was in the scouting report, obviously, because he played that play like that was his own there.
Yeah, there we go. Once again, that the in-your-face defense, you know, not giving them an inch. Yeah, Carl Buck almost forcing a turnover there. Entry pass here by Alonzo, setting up there. Good switch on the defense here. There we go. Houston O'Reilly getting in there, putting them hands in there, picking pockets, looking for some change. All right, there he is into the next quarter, and it'll be a nice game once again. A lot of slashing and dashing from the Rangers. And look again, we saw that the Hawks obviously heading around from the perimeter. Nice little spin cycle there by Green. Oh, got nowhere to go. Walkies. You know, turn that ball over, brother. You need to get yourself planted.
Rangers on attack. Almost a steal there. Now that's exactly what the Rangers need to do in order to get a win. But they need to finish at the rim. It's the old saying, $1 million move and a 5-cent shot.
There we go in the open. Let's see if O'Reilly can finish it off this time. Off the left hand. No good again. Good handoff there. Once again, Houston O'Reilly, you know, he's a young captain in a young team, but he's, you know, he has a lot of energy. Nice guy. And then, like, oh, there we go. This little scoop shot there by Green.
Nice move there by Green. He's attacking the basket, and I was fortunate to hear a bit of the team talk that Tab was having with the guys yesterday, and while they were watching a bit of film. And he wanted Brian to be more aggressive towards the basket, and it looks like that's what he's come out here to do today. Looks like a bit of a travel there. By number 31 for the Rangers. Patrice?
Yeah, Patrice.
He gets down here on the other end and he commits a foul. Cardinal saying you go down on one end and you score. You don't want to come down right after you've scored and pick up a little cheap foul.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustration call right there. As the Bishop coming back into the game, you know, sitting down Everard Bartlett, you know, Polder Winterton, you know, fine specimen of an athlete. You know, you never find him more disciplined and, you know, more, you know, well-conditioned athlete at his age. Not saying that he's old, but, you know, but the Bush, you know, he's been around for a long time.
Yes, he has. I think it's like the Energizer Bunny. He just will keep going on and on and on. He'll be 60 years old still running point guard or something, you know, and I think he'll still be able to dunk. So score 25-20 to the Hawks. Couple free throws there. Hawks break down on defense there, and nice attack by Carl Buck. That was good defense by Brian for not getting the foul there, but even a better move from Carl Buck.
Yeah, nice absorption on the attack there. You know, just took it right to his body and, you know, finished with a nice little, you know, here we go. All right, then, yeah, just over about 8 minutes remaining in this this quarter until half-time. How do you feel Tab Baldwin was after that quarter? Any words you feel he probably would have said?
I believe Tab would have told them rebound, rebound, rebound. They got rebounded. They got out-rebounded in the first quarter 12-6. They got doubled on the boards. It's not a good sign. Great sign for the Rangers, because that's exactly what you need to do to the Hawks if you want to beat them. Because the teams that have come here and they've lost to, they've been pounded on the offensive glass, and it's hurt them big time.
It's that old saying in sports, you know, the little things, you know, really up. And Aiden Daly with the three. No, well, it doesn't finish. Oh, there we go. Dion Brewster finishing off there. And look, into the game there, another local man there is 51. And that's Sam Walker.
Yeah, Sam has been nursing an Achilles injury for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think he's just coming right. You know, with those Achilles injuries, it takes some time, you know what I mean? If you're a basketball player, the only time you get the rest is when you go home after practice.
Yeah, good old Sam Walker. You know, he could be the answer. You know, maybe, you know, the conundrum finder for, you know, a substitute for Kareem. Yeah, foul there, picked up on Bolstead. Yeah, you know, because the brother there, he works out hard at the Flexmer gym for Flex Rock, and you know, he's a good specimen, you know, and very good to go.
That was a good move there by Bolstead. You're trying to take it off the dribble. You need to attack the defense, especially attacking Brian Green or the likes of that one of the top Hawks players. Get them into early foul trouble, then they'll be forced to bring in someone off the bench that's probably not as dynamic.
Entry point there, so look, well, we're replaying this play again. So, Carl Buck. Nice pass, there we go. All alone underneath the basket, unprotected.
One of the Hawks defenders fell asleep there on that play. Tab won't be very happy with that, I tell you that. I'm surprised he ain't pulling someone off the bench now. That's a bit of a cardinal sin to let someone score that easily off and out of bounds when you've already set up your defense. Lack of communication there from the Hawks. The Rangers are taking full advantage of that. Some good screens were set on that play as well, though, that opened him up for that easy 2-point.
Yeah, and if the Rangers can keep a simple game plan, you know, and keep it tight, you know, they could get the goods here tonight. You know, they got good height, good vision, and there's young Newful. You know, they just got energy to burn. Entry point in there. Oh, unfortunately, a travel there by 51. Sammy Walker. Sorry, brother, turn that ball the other way.
Turnovers. I think the telltale story of this game, who's going to win the rebounding and who's going to have the least amount of turnovers. Yeah. It's going to come down to that because both teams play hard. It goes up strong, and Brian Green said, "Get that out of here."
Winnie Turner cannot finish it down the other end. And what's the call here? Aiden Daly's blowing up at the ref. Not liking that call one bit. But hey, once again, ref is right. You're wrong, my friend. Play on.
100% of the time, the ref is not going to reverse that call, is he? So you might as well just pull your pants up, tuck your shirt in, and go to work. Nice move there with the left hand. It just missed it. Hawks are looking to attack. Look, wide open players underneath the basket. The Rangers are being lazy, getting back on defense. Gives up an easy 2-point.
Yeah, transitional defense there was, non-existent. But Ellie O'Shea right there. Shea going right to the basket. Carl Buck trying to measure it up. No and one. Sam Walker with the cheap foul.
Once again, offensive boards. The Rangers are attacking. They come to play tonight. The Hawks are going to need to step it up, especially on the defensive end and the defensive rebounding, because those young fellas even the guards are getting in there. Like Buck, I think he might have 2 or 3 offensive rebounds already. It's not even halftime yet. That's too many for a guard. First attempt is up, it's good. Score 29-25 to the Hawks. Second attempt, off the mark. Darko with a rebound. Now the Hawks will look, I hope they might look to get it inside, I think, to try to get an easy shot up, because the Rangers are really packing it in a little bit and making them have to shoot jump shots. But Paul de Wintertunnel said, if they're gonna make me shoot it, I'll take it. That's his shot, that baseline little soft jump shot, just off there.
Well, even the route that he ran there, you know, he pretty much went from one side of the court to the other, pretty much almost looking for the screen and getting open, almost like a Ray Allen kind of technique of style. Oh, going in. And there we go, Polder getting hit with a foul. The Bishop getting a technical against the Taranaki Mountaineers the other day. You know, you don't really see that every day.
Yeah. I know he didn't say any bad words because he doesn't swear. So I'm wondering, how is that even possible to get a technical foul when you never say any bad things? You know, but it happened, I think, and I would have loved to see what really inspired there. Now, Dwayne Bailey has really been showing his worth to the team, I think, this first half. He attacked that rim. He tried to dunk it. That's how you do it. When you go to the rim, you attack it like no other. Three-pointers up, off by Carl Buck. The Hawks looking to attack, but transition defense. The Rangers got back very well, but giving up the middle penetration, but nice recovery on defense there by Houston O'Reilly.
Yeah, O'Reilly there, been a pest, you know, getting amongst everything, you know. Houston O'Reilly, you know, he was a part of the 2006 Oceania Championship winning team. So, you know, he's no slouch, you know. It was a team that was a part of, obviously, like Corey Webster, and that was a very good, you know, here we go, jumper shot there by Darko, hitting it.
And that's what Darko can do. He can step out a little bit, bring the big fellow who's guarding him, and he can knock down some jump shots. If they disrespect his jump shot, he'll make that at least a little over 50% of the time. There's a steal there. Nice defense to stop the break by Dwayne Bailey. You know, I'm really impressed with this kid, Dwayne Bailey.
Dwayne Bailey showing us some Lionel Messi moves there, you know, with a little kickball into the sideline. Brother, you know, good presence of mind to do so, you know what I'm saying?
He'll be wishing he was on the salary as well as Lionel, as Messi is.
Play switch aside.
When the Hawks on attack, Sam Walker makes a nice move up and under. Too little. He's too little. Sam's telling him he's too little. Once Sam gets the ball down that deep, I think you can easily chalk up two. So the Rangers will need to push him out a little bit away from the hoop than that, or else he's just going to have a field day.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you give any big man that much space underneath the hoop, that's going to make you pay. You know, there we go again. Yeah, Dwayne Bailey just a bit short on the little baby hook there. Lots of cut. Here we go for free. Put him in tray up. In and out. There we go. Bringing it back there, Dwayne Bailey. Off to Buck.
Brian Green started off really hard, taking it to the basket. He attempted a three-pointer there. I know he wished he would have made that one. Nice behind-the-back pass, and one. Great pass from Aiden Daly.
Here we go, Pistol Pete style behind the back. Nice finish there by Brian Green with the behind-the-back pass. But that is with Aiden Daly. That's his strength. You know, he's a pass-first attacking point guard, and he pretty much likes to facilitate for everyone else.
We have a timeout in action with the Hawks up 35-26 with about 4.5 minutes to play before halftime.
We're going to do Gangnam Style. If you're the best dancer, you're going yourself a $210 voucher for a car valley from AC Park Gurus. Here we go. That'll take you honey walls for practicing.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Everybody at the Pettigrew Green Arena is trying to get up and do the Gangnam Styles. Hawkeye is showing you how it's done. Little Clifton Bush the third on the sideline. Towel Boy trying to do the worm.
I wonder if he's got moves like his old man.
I wish I had some of those moves. It's been so long ago, I can't remember if I ever did that. But he loves the atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere. So if you're ever around Napier or if you're in Napier listening to the game, come on out. It's a great great time for the kids. The kids have a great time. There's a lot of action on the court.
Yeah, like I said again, we're live here on the sportwebcast.com, you know, and it's been a good game. The atmosphere is fine. It's not over a sellout capacity, but, you know, you always get a good vibe. And, you know, here at the Pettigrew Green Arena in Taradale, it's just fantastic. You know, basketball, you know, it's a lovely sport to watch. You know, and the Hawks were a proud tradition, you know, with this team, 2006 NBL champions. You know, it just can't get any better than this. And Brian Green's at the strike.
Can't get any better than this. I mean, it's basketball. The kids are loving it. You can be as loud as you like. Where else can you say you can go somewhere and be as loud as you like to your kids?
Yeah, positively loud. Positively loud, as I say. But with the, you know, the Super City Rangers, here we go. Houston O'Reilly with a shot. Oh, not able to finish. What's to say? Yep, going back the Hawks' way. Hey, it has been a while since, you know, the Super City Rangers have made their reintroduction back into the league. Unfortunately, the Auckland Pirates couldn't carry over to, you know, to the next league. We're saying that 95 was the last time this team was in here, so it's good to see them back in the fray and in the league.
It's great to see. Always great to see new teams, especially being a former player. The more teams, the better. I mean, I wish we had teams like in Tauranga, Rotorua. I would like to see a Hunt Valley team back in. You know, those types of teams I want to see, because that's just going to make the league a lot better. Even if it's young talent like you have the Rangers, they're competitive. So why can't the others be?
Yeah, well, to be honest, there was actually one of the players in the team, which is a young player. He's a second-generation Ranger, Christoph Ferrenson. His old father used to be part of the pretty much the team back when they were available, probably in the 80s and the 90s.
Always nice to see those second-generation players. I see heaps of sun. Nice hook shot by Darko there. That's what he has in his repertoire. I call him Kevin McHale because Kevin McHale had so many moves. He had more moves than X-Lax.
Moves on moves. Carl Buck, and then long rebound there, but Bolstead. What's the call there? Walkies again. Unfortunately, too much movement. Turnover ball, Hawks ball. Yeah, and look, they're opening up a bit of a healthy lead, the Hawks here, right? 38-28. With just over 3 minutes leading into the half-time. Obviously, Iko won't be really happy with this at the moment.
No. They've lacked a little bit of intensity, I think, in the last minute or so, and the Hawks to take advantage of that. They're up by 10. The Hawks up by 10 points, 38-28. Looking to build on that lead. The Rangers are going to need to buckle down on defense here and just attack them on the offensive end if they want to get back in this game. And that's a man's move down low by Porter Wintertunnel. Unfortunate on the shot.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Rangers, they can't afford to bleed any more points or let this lead get any bigger. The second half will be a very long time for the boys.
Yeah, they'll definitely need a score here. Dwayne Bailey knows they need that. He attacks the basket like you should when your team needs 2 points, and it pays off because he's going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's you know, you experienced players, they know what to do and when the time's going down and when they need to get a pickup, you know, they take it right to the basket, you know. Good 100% shooting it up there, but, you know, it's just has to be done now. They need to get back onto their game plan, which was earlier before, get in their face, make some turnovers, get in transition and finish those baskets. Nice shot by Bailey, finishing off the first free throw.
Bailey stops the bleeding. Finally, the Rangers make a point. The Hawks want a bit of a run. Second shot is up, and that's off. Now, Dion, eyes just lit up. I just saw him when he saw Dwayne Bailey was on him. His eyes lit up. He's going to look to try to get in. I think he might try to take him off the dribble.
You know, Dion Prewster, you know, such an impressive athlete as well. As if I try to take the basket. Oh, almost faking it. Oh, foul there. Looks like it's a Fisselai. I think he'll be taking the foul, and looks like 2 points for 2 free throws coming up for Everard Bartlett. Once again, Dion Prewster, you know, where did he come from? You know, obviously he was part of the Breakers team at one stage. You know, the New Zealand Championship three-peat Breakers. But yeah, Dion Prewster, you know, can we get more information on him?
Well, Dion, I remember seeing Dion, I think I said this last week, being the under-19 national team captain when they had the world champs here in New Zealand, where you got to see the likes of Kemba Walker, who is now with the Charlotte Bobcats. I think even Kemba Walker went as the #1 draft pick in the NBA draft a few years ago. And I think that team, along with Morgan, who was on the team with the Hawks last year. He was a part of that squad as well. And they represented New Zealand very well. And I was really impressed with Dion. He's a real mature player for his age. He's still a young guy, but he plays like an old veteran.
Yeah, like I said again, he is a good athlete. Great, great going. Time out here. And once again, the score's sitting at 38 to HBS Bank Hawks, and the James Blonde Super City Rangers sitting at 29. Not long left into the half. Actually enjoyed the half time, the first half of basketball there, Cliff.
I think it's been really well. I think it's been better. The second quarter's been better for the Hawks than the Rangers, and that's simply because the Rangers have made a few mental errors there, and their defense pressure just slacked up a bit, and the Hawks have taken advantage of that, and they're attacking the basket. So the Hawks are doing what they're supposed to do. Now the Rangers need to tighten up on their defense if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, well, I had a few words just before the game with the assistant coach, Jackson McFarlane, and he pretty much said plain and simple, they need to play the game. They need to get out there and, get back to the winning game of Hawks basketball. They needed to give them, the crowd something to cheer about in terms of winning. There we go, Everard Bartlett hit the basket. And he said they were hurting from their last losses, especially the last game they had against with the Nuggets, because they actually felt they lost their game. They pretty much threw the game away. And instead of, and they should have got the win.
I think that has a little bit to do with the lack of experience. That's why I always believe veteran players are pretty much, if you got a good perfect mix of veterans and rookies, I think that's a great team.
It also came down to the man beast. PJ Anthony was just not taking no prisoners for 1 minute, And, of course, the imports as well was very strong. And with Mark Dickel as well, he was just capitalizing. And his drive there with scoop shot, miss, put back, Dion Brewster.
But that's exactly what Brian Green and what Ted Baldwin wants out of Brian Green, to attack the rim like that. When he attacked, 2 or 3 guys had to come over to help, and that left Dion Brewster wide open for an offensive rebound. And that's exactly what the Rangers need to do. Soon as they get the ball, come right back, straight back at him on attack.
Yeah, I don't know if the Rangers' attack is lacking a little bit of fluency. It just seems like they bring it over the halfway strike and just looking to attack the hoop straight away. No set plays in a sense, as Carl Buck goes for the shot, makes the first basket. Carl Buck, he's coming from America. He's American import, played some second grade college overseas. Good pickup for the Super City Rangers.
Yeah, great pickup, I think, for him. He's played really solid this game and pretty much all year long. Now the Rangers will be looking to get a good stop here. Maybe get some more momentum on their side going into halftime. Good post up by Darko there. Could have got, he didn't get away with the travel. I was about to say he could have got away with a little travel there. I think he did the European shuffle.
That was a Euro step, but, not. Unfortunately, a bit of a turnover there. Nice little swing pass over there to Bailey. Carl Buck, looking to shake off him. Woo! 2 stops there. Couldn't finish it. Once again, the old finishing not happening. Oh, another touch foul on Houston O'Reilly, and O'Reilly is not happy with that call at all.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a 50-50 call there. Aiden, he went up to the top with Aiden, and they say your hand is a part of the ball. Well, a lot of times the referees don't agree with that, but that's what they tell us when we're on the court, that the hand's part of the ball, so you're allowed to hit the hand.
In the immortal words of Tanu Manga, this isn't tiddlywinks, this is sport, Let's get out there, let the play. Sometimes the whistle can control a game, and it can also take away from the gameplay of some of the players.
Exactly, I agree totally. I think the referees have done a great job tonight, I think, so far. And I think they'll continue through to the second half. Sub in now. Everard gets a breather. Alonzo Burton back into the game for the Hawks, guarding Carl Buck for the Rangers. Now the Hawks are trying to slow the Rangers down, I see, with a full court man-to-man defense, which is paying off, but they kick it inside. They keep trying to get it inside. They're taking a page out of Otago's book, so obviously that's the scouting report. Attack the Hawks from the inside out. And that shot right there was from about 9 feet, but he shot it only 3 feet.
Yeah, unfortunate there by Shea Ely. There was a bit of an air ball flicking out there. Brewster with the corner pocket free. Oh, in and out. Oh, that was literally unlucky by O'Reilly there. I thought that was a clean block, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, the players need to adjust a little bit. The whistle seems to be blowing a little bit more within the last minute or so. The Hawks are up by 10, 43-33, a little over 40 seconds to play. Lonzo to the line, shooting 2. First is up, it's good. Lonzo's a pretty good free throw shooter, all-around shooter, really. I think he stepped his game up from last season, so I just expect a little bit more each game out of him.
Yeah, Alonzo Budin, you know, I'm a fellow alumni from the college. He went to St. John's College. You know, he's just grown with, you know, experience. But now I've watched the boy grow up from, you know, from a young age as he take it to the basket. Oh, denied by Brian Green. You know, he's, you know, strength to strength. And it happens when you got a legend as a father.
That's true. Sometimes living up to that status is a little bit of pressure. Unfortunately, I think Lonzo is so laid back and such a cool dude that it don't bother him one bit, and that's great to see. Now, Brian Green has a couple blocks already. That one there was just like the Dikembe Mutombo. He's done wagged the finger one of these times. I'm going to get him to wag the finger.
Don't bring that weak mess in here. No, that was definitely what was happening right there. Nice swing ball there.
It's like the old Eddie Murphy. This is my house, and I live here. Almost a steal there by Carl Buck. Swings it over. Dion has to put up a prayer. They don't box him out. He gets his own rebound, and Lonzo grabs it. Brian Green with offensive rebound putback. Now, that's the effort you want from your import, who's had a bad game the previous game. Time running out on the clock. Shots up. No good. That's halftime. Score is 47-33 to the Hawks. The Rangers will need to regroup at halftime. They just broke down offensively and a little bit defensively as well. Let the Hawks get a few putbacks, and that's what the Rangers have been trying to do to the Hawks. 3. Let's see how they come out. How do you think the Rangers are going to go for in this half, Jordan?
Well, I just had actually a conversation with the head coach of the team, Ike Ho. You know, he wasn't really happy with what's going on, but he's still pretty positive. You know, it's got to stop giving up too many second chance points, and they've got to make their layups. They create opportunity, not finishing. Aiden Daly to the basket, not finishing. Turnover ball.
Yeah, I think Aiden has the ability to get up and dunk that ball, and I think he thinks he can't do it a lot. But I think at that time was the time to dunk, to get his first dunk, I think, in NBL history, because I've never seen him dunk the ball in a game before. It's a good defense by the Hawks there. The Rangers are scrambling. It looked like the Hawks have come out with a little bit more intensity than the Rangers. It's not a good sign. Dion goes up again. Easy three-point play.
And I was just speaking to Houston O'Reilly, and he just spoke about their man who just scored their basket, Dion Brewster. They really need to put a lid on him, actually, on those garbage points. He was not happy with that, but they've got to keep carrying on in that regards. But and on the other side of the ledger, well, I had a chance to talk to the assistant coach, Jackson McFarlane, and the main word that I got from him was identity. Identity. As Dion Brewster hits the flush. And what he was meaning there, they need to get back to their game. And they're not being allowed to play their game. And I don't know if that's on their half, but hey, they need to play their game, finish off things, and it's pretty much just gimmies.
Whatever they said at halftime, it must be working for the Hawks, because they've come out and the Rangers have yet to score. The score is 50-33, a little over 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. The Rangers are going to need to tighten up their defense, and I mean in a hurry, or else Darko is going to continue to make shots. Brian, Dion, Aiden Daly is going to get out on the break. It's going to be a long night for the Rangers.
Hey, just another word from the Hawks camp. Unfortunately, ex-captain off the team, Jared Kenny, out for the rest of the game, injured with an ankle sprain.
That's a huge blow for the Hawks. Their depth is really lacking at the moment as it is. They do have several, and I mean several guards that can play the same position, but Jared brings them that true point guard ability there, I think, and he's a tough defender. He can guard above his height, and I don't think Aiden Daly will be able to do that if the Rangers start exploring the mismatch from Aiden Daly guarding a bigger guard. And Houston O'Reilly, unfortunately, was scoreless in the first half. Now, I expect him to be a lot more aggressive in this second half. He's the captain of the team. They look up to him, so let's see how that goes. 2 shots up by the Rangers now 52-34. A little over 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, Houston O'Reilly was, obviously he was not happy with their first half when I had words with him. But hey, he's a very charismatic player. He's very passionate. He just gives 100%. Mate, humble man. He just does what he needs. Oh, puts up the prayer, not answered. Oh, long rebound. And what's the call there? Oh, call on behind on Carl Buck. Unfortunate again. But hey, as we've been saying all night, officiating is the way to go.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, I thought, on that call. Like you said, it's the old coach of mine used to say, no blood, no foul.
So I hope everyone there is enjoying the live feed here on sportwebcast.com. Hi, myself, once again, my name is Jordan Pormana, alongside the legend, Clifton Bush, and a 2-point there for the Hawks going up again.
Darko with an easy turnaround. They can't continue to allow him to shoot without a hand directly in his face on that little shot, because he's making it tonight. It's just going to hurt the Rangers a lot. Now, Carl Buck needs to make this three, and that's off. But another offensive rebound. The Hawks won't be happy with that, especially Tab Baldwin, that they got another offensive good pass off, and that should have been and one.
Great presence of mind there by Buck, and the spin and the low post, handing off to Bolstead to finish. Good swing ball here, and they're going into their Brewster. Up and under. Finish with an and one play. Here we go.
Dion shows you the proper way to do the Euro step. He just stepped around him like he was doing the dance moves.
Yeah, this lead is starting to get a bit more out of hand at the moment. Coming up in here once again was Jack Salt, 91. Coming up there, once again, if this carries on the way it does, she's going to get ugly in a hurry.
I think it's getting ugly. Rangers are desperate for some points here, so they need to get down, get the ball down. Rob Brewster puts up the shot. Hawks up 57-36, 21-point lead with about 7.5 minutes to play. Oh, nice baseball pass down low, and Brian Green is not allowing anything in the paint tonight. Now that's what I call manimal-like.
Manimal Karen Faree with the dreadlocks blowing. Yeah, Jack Salt going a bit weak, but he's still going to the line. Still doesn't matter. Still have an opportunity to put some points in the basket. Hey, once again with this team here, they actually got a nice little 6 or 7 out of the 12 players are eligible to play for under 19s or 23s. That's the Rangers.
Wow, now that's impressive.
Yeah.
They're eligible to play. I knew they were young, but my God. Well, they better watch out, because I think Hawks Bay has a great under-19 team and will have a great under-23 team, as well as all the rep teams that we have around here. Looking forward to the national tournaments coming up in July, August, and under-13s in October. So it should be fun. I'll get a chance to see some of these guys, like you said. Jack Salt, possibly one of them as well. Aiden Daly tries to go one-on-one a little bit, and that's an off shot. I don't think that's in Aiden's repertoire to be trying to go one-on-one. Again, offensive rebounding. The Rangers are picking up their intensity now, it looks like. They're pressuring full court a little bit, trying to take the Hawks out of their rhythm. Brian Green sees an opening, goes one-on-one, up and under. Count the basket.
There we go. Athleticism once again. Up and under, finishing on coming from the left, finishing on the right side. Entry point into Jack Salt. Going to work, young man. Finish. Oh, unluck. There we go. Cleaning up the mess there. It's Visalai.
And there you have it again. Just like the Hawks started the game in the first quarter, and the Rangers are attacking the offensive glass more. I think that'll be their best shot of getting back into this game. If they can cut the lead down to 10 points before the end of the quarter, it'll be good signs for them. Brian Green misses another three, while Dion Brewster just muscles his way in and just looks at the defender on the Rangers and just tells him flat out, you are too little.
He is owning them like cheap suits out there. He's just dominating the game on their block, cleaning up the extras, mopping them away. Tab Baldwin at halftime, he wasn't happy. He still wants to see more play and finishing off execution-wise. There we go. Dion Brewster finishes on the and one.
Hawks up 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes, playing third quarter, 62-42, 3-point up. Dwayne Bailey off, wide open down the court. Darko dishes off to Dion. Great defense, I thought, by Houston O'Reilly there to stop the break. The Hawks should be disappointed in that break because they should have finished that. That was 3-on-1.
Hey, the give and go there by Brewster to Darko. Didn't finish off, but Houston O'Reilly getting picked up there for the cheap foul. It did look like it was all ball, but wasn't be done like there from the team. As we see, he's taking a little seat on the bench. We've still got about over 5 minutes to go, and it's been a great night of basketball.
It has been a great night of basketball. Really good atmosphere here. If you're ever around in Napier, please visit Kennedy Park, Holiday Park, top 10 resort. Excellent place to stay. Wonderful. I used to go there. I take my kids there to play in the playground. They got all new playground and pools. It's just a fantastic place to stay if you're coming into Napier at any stage, even if you just wanted to get away and you lived around the Hawks Bay area, as well as thanks to Hell's Pizza for providing such a great food for Hawks Bay. I mean, I think Hell's Pizza, in my opinion, is the best.
Oh, no doubt about it. Not just because they just fed us in half time, but they are good pizza indeed. It looks like a little bit of a stoppage here in the quarter here. Ellie will do the inbound. Jackson pleading for the ball, but not to come. And we're getting into the thick end of over the half off this quarter, and it doesn't seem like anything's really going. A little bit of a stalemate here at the moment.
It is. Looks like the Rangers are a little bit out of sorts, out of the rhythm offensively. The only way to get back into it is to pick it up on the defense, and they're pressuring them now. But you just got to hound the Hawks, or else the Hawks are going to keep pounding you in and get confidence by Brian Green. He'll start making shots. Darko will start making shots like that. And it's going to be a long night if they don't tighten up those screws on defense. They just can't allow the Hawks to get the rebound, get easy looks and open looks. Wide open to the basket. And that's the kind of night I think the Rangers has had so far.
Things are just not dropping for them. Unfortunately, they're taking it to the basket, making strong plays, but things are not finishing. And it seems like, here we go, Brewster taking it in. Oh, and then we go up and under with the finish. Dion Brewster is just having a wow of a game at the moment, and Rangers having no price. Right down the other end again. Oh, Illy did not finish off that at all. Hooked there by Jack Salt. And looks like a foul on the captain, Paul Winitana.
Yeah, nice defense down here by Brian Green contesting. He's contesting every shot. He's been very active this game, which is great to see. Compared to his last game, I knew he's the type of professional player that he knew he had to come out and prove to himself and to his teammates that, hey, that's just a one-off bad game.
Jack Salt hits the first free throw, and I hope everyone out there around the globe, wherever you are at the moment, are enjoying the sports webcast commentary here live at the Pettigrew Green Arena, Taradale, Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, once again, if you're just joining us, I'm Clifton Bush, Jr., former NBL player. Joining me is Jordan Pomana, former player himself and coach. And he's got two sons that's probably will be watching one day on telly.
Oh, hopefully that'll be the case, because Daddy didn't make the telly, but in any sort of situation, quite humble to be here tonight, giving commentary to the game that I love. Brewster facing up with O'Reilly, taking a base. Shot clock winding down for the free. Nothing but net by the Bishop, Paul Winitana.
That shot looked as smooth as butter. That's all I can say. He never looked like he was going to miss that one.
Have you ever seen a sweeter release in the New Zealand basketball that Paul Winitana has?
It's perfect for him on his shot. I can't say, truthfully, that I have seen a sweeter one, but I know there's a few out there that probably will disagree with me. One of them will be Corey Webster. That's all right, Corey. I remember you, man. I know you can stroke that shot, but Porter does look. He's what I consider Kobe-like. Now, I'm not saying he's got game like Kobe Bryant, because I know he wishes, and that's probably his favorite player of all time other than Michael Jordan. Yeah. But the way he carries himself on the court, you can just tell that he takes a little bit of a page out of Kobe's book. Yeah,
for sure. Everard Bartlett trying to find a pass here to Brewster. Shot clock winding down to around 8-7-6. Going down, taking it in. Oh, doesn't finish. Brian Green there, popping up cleaning up the mess there in the bottom. Finishing off there with the left.
Once again, Brian Green being very active on the glass, getting the easy 2 points. Off shot there, swinging around. Bailey puts up a 3 now. That's off, and that's the night. They got it. The Rangers will need to make those open looks. I mean, wide open. You got to make those shots if you're trying to make a comeback and you're down 73-47 with a little over 3 minutes to play.
It just seems like the basketball guys won't lift the lid off the Rangers' hoop. And there we go. Offensive rebound again. Spots up for the free. Bang! Hits the free.
And Brian Green is showing his class. 2 offensive rebounds. Dribbles out to the 3. No one wants to come out and get me. In your face. 3.
I think Aiko really needs to take a timeout at the moment, really reconsolidate at the moment, because this is getting ugly in a hurry. See, once again, perimeter shot, still not happening. As we got number 23's on the court, Mr. Stephen Robertson.
Hawks with the ball again. Everard Bartlett on attack, switches to his right hand off. Oh! And Dion Brewster gets beat down by Jackson Salt. I mean, beat down. Beat the ball and beat him down. Dion will be going to the line shooting too. Ike, the coach for the Rangers, will be very upset with how Dion is easily getting to the basket and how Brian is outworking his players right now, getting offensive rebounds.
Yeah, when I said earlier in the quarter, when I was talking to Houston O'Reilly and Aiko, they're pretty much the same man. Dion Brewster, get on that man and shut him down. But hey, he's getting his way in there, in and out, and he's doing the damage for the Hawks.
Attention marketing PR, Big Jane Home Sharing, Wildwood MZ, Conica Malta, Black Rose Limousines, Hastings Boys High School, Tucky Tingley Performing Arts School, VP Country Services, Tongawana Warehousing, Beauty Rituals, Daniel Gibson Accounting, Basic Computers, Sports Ground Websites.
Okay, like I said, if you're ever in town or around, you want some really good pizza, go to Hell's Pizza. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. I'm a fan and a regular customer myself.
Yeah, the raining keeps droughting on the attack of the Super City Rangers, only shooting at 32% throughout this game, and hey, and the score reflects that too.
Definitely, you can't win an NBL game shooting 32%. Not unless you got a few robots on your team that can move as fast as, I don't know, Usain Bolt.
And looks like entry here for one of the local boys, a young player. There is, of course, it is Ezra. Ezra Nikora. Nikora, very rich in health in terms of family-wise here in Hawke's Bay in basketball. And it's good to see young players getting on the court.
Yeah, I think his dad's a referee, NBL referee as well, Shane. He'll be very proud of his son. Izzy is a hard-working player. I know Izzy personally, and I know he works on his craft a lot. Good steal there by Brian Green. He just continues to impress this game. Strong to the basket, easy 2 points. If I'm the Rangers, I would not allow him to make that easy layup. I'll put him at the line if I had to put him on his back.
But, with Brian Green at the moment at the game, if he's getting out in the open, you only got a couple of things you need to do. You either stop him or you foul him, and that's what's happening. He's having his way out there at the moment.
And I think the inexperience a little bit with the Rangers are showing there, because a veteran player would have locked him up to where he couldn't even get the ball out of his hands, let alone make a layup between two people. Well, Jack Salt's at the line, puts up the first attempt, that's all. Next attempt, that's off. Dion Brewster looking to attack. Dion's having a fantastic game, I think. Kicks it out to Everard Ball. He passes up a shot. You don't see that very often. Everard's passing up a shot. Hey, he's a shooter. I say take them all. Don't pass up your shots. You're messing up the rebounding for the other guys.
Hey, and that's for sure, yeah. With Everard, he is attacking the player, but he can stroke between the perimeter. Coming back from the Perth Wildcats, wasn't successful going all the way. He's just a class act, and it's excellent to see him, come back to Hawke's Bay and represent the Bay to the best of his ability.
Well, Everard is sort of like the poster boy for Hawke's Bay. He's on all the Come on the Bay posters, and I heard that it was the same way over in Perth. You know, he's a really genuine dude. You know, I've known Everard since he was a bit of a young buck, just starting up in the league, and I got to know him. He's as good on the court as he is off the court. So he's a great basketball player, up and coming. You know, he's still young, but he's not. He has a little bit of experience behind him, which is great. Brian Green with the steal there. Ill-advised pass, but Everard Butler gets it back, left-handed and off. Scramble for the ball again. Good hustle by both teams. It'll be Rangers' ball. The Rangers will feel a bit lucky there that the Hawks didn't score on that. Alonzo Burton's coming back into the game, giving Brian Green a rest. A well-deserved one, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, and this point guard bringing up the ball now for the Rangers, number 23. Stephen Robertson, he was actually tipped, as I was told by the management of the team, as the captain of the under-18s team, the national team. And it's good to see him get out in the court and get some time.
It definitely is. He's got a great number, by the way, 23. That was my old number, of course, in respect to the great one, Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Anybody dispute that, then I don't know if you've been a basketball fan for long enough.
I know there've been a lot of LeBron James fans out there that could probably, you know, put a little bit of argument to that, but in saying that, oh, nice finger roll there by Fisselai, finishing off easy. You know, it's part of like the Red Sea right there.
Now Ezra, with the nice sweep between the legs, lost his man. He should have attacked him off the dribble there, I thought. Everard with a little up and under move, misses the layup, gets his own rebound though, hands everywhere. Finally, the referee calls the foul. It's a hard luck there. I think Everard got fouled 2 or 3 times maybe. But, hey, the referee's going to let you go. That's what the Rangers need to do. They need to keep their hands active, get involved, get physical with the Hawks if they want to make a run at this, because it's 81-51. It's getting out of hand for them with about 40 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's almost seemingly seen that the game is almost done and dusted. But well, with another quarter to go, Rangers could reconsolidate and come back in the next quarter firing as almost, there we go, loose ball, clean up again. Brewster coming out there. Robertson looking in, entry point. Up and under Fisselai. Oh, try to no look under the basket shot. Still working hard. Fisselai working hard. No call coming. Sam Walker, excellent defense.
Just not strong enough on that move, I thought, to get the referees to blow the whistle for a foul. He should have went straight through the defender and went up strong for that layup on the offensive boards. Great pass, threaded the needle, and he misses the layup. And that's how it's gone tonight for the Rangers. They've had several opportunities around the rim and just couldn't finish. That's the end of the third quarter, folks. The Hawks up 82-51, 31-point lead. Now, you never say never, because it's basketball. You can never count out a team. But if the Rangers don't pick it up defensively, it's going to be a long night. Welcome back. We got the YMCA going. Come on, Jordan, let's do it. Let's show them how it's done. Old school style, eh?
We should know. I think we're probably around the era when the song came out. Anyway, getting back into the game. But actually, once again, I want to have a look at this crowd. Great crowd on hand. Hawke's Bay, come on the Bay, doing a fantastic job, getting amongst the players and pretty much carrying this team to an improbable victory here tonight.
Hawkey's trying his best to cheer on the Hawke's Bay faithful here, joined by Paul Winnetona Jr. and Clifton Bush III.
Hey, looking back at the Hawks in the stats, Dion Brewster beasting in there, number 13, scoring himself 25 points. Brian Green second in the scoring there, 22. On the other side of the ledger, you got Bolstead at 13, Jack Salt picking up 11. But hey, once again, it's another quarter. Let's see. Let's hopefully see the Rangers finish strong and put some stuff together?
I think their back's against the wall. They really have no choice but to come out and throw everything at the Hawks but the kitchen sink. I mean, full court press to running traps. I think we'll see a little bit of that. I can't believe that we haven't seen any zone out of the Rangers because the Hawks are not particularly a strong outside shooting team. Well, they got great outside shooters. They just haven't been performing that well or shooting at a great clip this season so far.
Yeah, and the Hawks have been showing great confidence at the moment. Nothing's phasing them. Everything's hitting. It's just one of those nights. But as a coach, what is Iko pretty much saying to his team? Is it go out there and do the best you can, or should we just go back to our systems and let's work out something and consolidate for the next game?
I feel like he is. He's telling them to just keep running our systems, pick it up a notch on defense, keep chipping away, and if we get close, then we got a chance. That's all he can say. Keep playing hard, but it gives up a wide open layup to Alonzo Burton, which I thought he would throw it down because he can. But he'll take the 2 points. That was way too easy. That's not how the Rangers are going to get back in this game.
Do you feel maybe the confidence is almost blowing at the sails of this team?
They're a young team. Their confidence, they will be living off confidence. You know how when you were that young, 18, 19, that everyone who played basketball, who had a little game there, thought you were 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And I think once you lack that confidence a bit, your game goes down, and I think that's what's happened to the Rangers. All credit to the Hawks playing more aggressively and hitting the boards.
There is a lot of promise for this Super City team. As we said in the piece, 8 rookies in the team, never having NBL experience at all. And the mission statement from the management of this team was simple. They want to develop local talent from the Western Auckland Waitakere program. And it looks like coming down the stretch in the career, 3 or 4 years, they see themselves as serious title contenders.
I think that's a fair enough statement, too. 3 or 4 years. Unfortunately, sometimes for young talent, it takes a while to mature on the court, to think a lot, because they say basketball is not just based on talent. It's 85% mental, 15% ability. Believe it or not, the smarter the player is, and if you got athleticism to go along with that, the better you're going to play.
As a player yourself, Clifton, you have been a MVP of this league, and you won championships. How important is your work ethic being towards your actually pretty much? So if there was a Hall of Fame, you got to be in it. So how hard is work ethic? What do you need to do, and how do you need to do it?
Basically, I always set myself a goal. I used to love when people told me that I couldn't do something, like you'll never play professional basketball, and I got that a lot. So I went out to prove them wrong and to prove to myself that I could do it. I always believed in myself. I didn't want to be arrogant. I just knew I could do it, and I made sure I put myself in the right opportunity to do so. I trained hard, played hard. That was my motto. If you train hard, you get a chance to play hard. Finally, Everard Bartlett hits another 3. It's only a second field goal of the night, but it'll be well received by these Hawks fans.
Everard Bartlett hitting that 3, and he's letting this opposition know. Oh, and the answer there by Kyle Buck. About time. It's been a bit while coming. A 3-point perimeter shot there by Buck.
I feel Carl Buck needs to be a little bit more aggressive offensively with this team. Yeah. Ezra, that's what Izzy does. He can light it up. I call him the microwave because when he comes into the game, it just heats up so fast.
Yeah, instant offense. His feet was set. He was ready to go. The mind was already set. I'm going to shoot this basket and watch it go in. A little bit of press there by the Rangers, but easily cleared over by Nick Order.
Yeah, I knew they would come out and do that. Easy backdoor pass to Brian Green. Once again, Brian Green is killing them. He's having a fantastic game along with Dion Prewster. I think that's 24 points now for Brian Green. Great pass off. Looked like that was a bit of a foul there. No call. Sam Walker just throws it in, and that's the easiest 2 points I think the Rangers will get, especially Bostad, all night or even all year long. Everybody's surveying the court. He want to take it. Good pass off to Brian Green, and 1. Too little in there.
Count it, slashing through, and then past the dish. Everything is working well for the Hawks. Like again, back in the last quarter, it looks like this game is done and dusted. Sewing up another win. the Hawks, with Tad Baldwin in their team, there were such high expectations for this team. They were almost calling championship straight off the bat because of what Tad Baldwin can do and the experience he has.
That's true. It is a lot of high expectations given because of Tad Baldwin as the coach. But let's be realistic here. It's his first year with a new team. It takes a little while to gel teams. Championship team isn't built overnight. You know, you gotta gradually get better each game. And when you get your chance and you make it to the playoffs, you give yourself a chance to win a championship, then you let it all hang out. You don't hold nothing back. You don't have no regrets. You just play the best you can. And the Hawks are doing that. Nice move there by Sam Walker. Off the dribble. So a little bit uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, everything's happening. You know, in that last play just before, Bolstead hitting, oh, here we go, Buck for another three. Same spot, but the misses. I've been really impressed by this Bolstead. You know, he's been doing very good in terms of the little things. He's getting low. He's mixing it up with the bad boys. Yeah, long free there by Brian Green. Oh, I thought he was feeling it. But, hey, yeah, like I said, I'm very impressed with this producer, Bolstead.
Brian still struggled a little bit with his three-point shot. I think he just pulled the trigger a little short there. He's going to be subbed out. Young buck Matt Wilson comes into the game for Brian Green. About a little under 7 minutes to play. The Hawks up 99-60. Blowout city. Well, that's an offensive foul. As soon as Matt Wilson into the game, picks up a foul. Rookie mistake.
Too keen to get into action there, Matty Wilson. Bit aggressive there on the screen, and he knew straight away. He looked at the heavens and said, God, I did not just do that and give away a possession on my first play. Bad stat to have, brother. Bad stat to have.
Yep, nice backdoor pass. Try to get Dwayne Bailey off the fingertips. Referee says it's tips by a Hawks player like Sam Walker. May have tipped that. Tab calls Sam over. Want to have a bit of a word about where he needs to be positioned on defensive help.
Yeah, it looks like Everard Bartlett's going to take a seat. Bringing back in Dion Brewster. And his inbound ball. Here goes Carl Buck with a switch ball play. Hit the shot. Hits a corner. Three-pointer. Taggers it in.
Now that's more like it from Carl Buck. They need him to be way more aggressive offensively in order for them to get back into this game or even get a win. He needs to be a lot more aggressive. Oh, no call there. Great defense by Alonzo. Hawks on attack again. Dion Brewster all the way to the basket. Easily untouched. It's like they're jumping past him and he scores another. I think Dion's on about 26 points now.
It just seems like they don't want to guard him. You know, he's just strolling in and just doing whatever he wants. Houston O'Reilly. Oh, good take by O'Reilly. Finishing strong on the left. Captain and fantastic, finishing hard.
The Rangers can't afford to trade basket with the Hawks. They're up by 2 minute point. Dion Brewster once again, he shows you his left hand this time all the way to the basket. If I'm the coach over there for the Rangers, I'd probably be, what little hair I have on my head, I'll be pulling it out.
Oh, nice. He pretty much put Ezra Nikota inside out. And Carl Buck finished. As Cliffy was saying, they need more productivity from Buck. But I know you're probably getting sick of hearing Dion Brewster's name, but he is dominating this game.
It's time to get a TO, baby. Dion is on a mission. Straight to the basket every time, and they have no answer for him whatsoever. Now, that's the sign of a young team not realizing that a guy's made 3 straight layups in a row. Somebody needs to be stepping in there, drawing the charge, or at least say, hey, young fella, you can't be coming in that easy. At least foul and make him earn him from the charity stripe. Yeah,
no, he's the conductor off this choir at the moment. He's having his way. Here we go. Lonzo for the free again, the tray. They are hitting everything here at the moment, and the things are going right. It looks like we're going to the bench as well. Some more youngsters coming on.
Goes up strong there. Jack Salt comes down hard. But the referee's called a foul. Score 108-67 to the Hawks. A little over 4.5 minutes to play. The youngest player on the Hawks bench in the game, Jeff Heather. He's also on our under-19 boys representative Hawks Bay team. You know, I saw this kid play probably for the first time this year. Very impressed with his skills.
Just as young as the Rangers are blooding in a new talent. Heather, what do you see as in the future in this boy?
I see tall blacks. I even see European. I see European contracts all the way. The guy's talent is unlimited. He's got the frame, the build for a basketball player, long arms, lanky but yet not too skinny. Nice recovery by Deion Brewster there. Passed off to Matt Wilson, goes up strong with the left hand and count the basket. Now that's how you go to the hole, young fella.
Yeah, Deion Brewster losing possession, but grabbing it straight away and taking it right to Matty Wilson, finishing him hard on the block. Oh, looks like a travel call here on Jack Salt. You know, that has been one of the features of this game at the moment, a lot of traveling violations.
I think Jack just had a little bit of case of happy feet. He might have watched that movie too much. Who knows? You got to keep one foot steady there, young fella. The crowd is getting into it again. A little over 4 minutes to play. 110-69 to the Hawks. What can the Rangers do to save face in this game? I don't know, because the Hawks are playing so well right now. I don't think any team in the league could have came and beat them tonight.
Hey, look, they just got to keep playing, keep chipping away. There's nowhere to hide on this court. There's still about just under 4 minutes to play in this game. Oh, Lonzo Burden taking it hard to the floor and going down out of bounds, letting the referee give him a hand to get up. But like I said again, there's nowhere to hide. They need to just carry on doing the simple things and playing to the best of their ability. And they need to take this lesson and move forward to the next game, so it doesn't get any easier from here on out.
Yeah, my old motto and a favorite coach of mine used to tell me, hey, it doesn't matter if you lose by 50 or 1 point, you still lose. So the young fellas from the Rangers got to keep their head up, be ready to play more aggressively the next game, because I think in the second half, the Hawks treated them like they were a little brother, you know, like the big brother picking on the little brother.
Yeah, it's giving them a beat down here. And Alonso, successful with that shot there. Jack Salt still going to work, and looks like it's going to be a foul on 15, Matt Wilson.
It's a nice move by Jack. I've been impressed with that young fella there. You know, he's solid. He's a solid post player. You know, he got a lot to learn, and he will improve. But I like the upside with him. Dwayne Bailey as well, Houston O'Reilly. You add a few veterans in that mix and a couple imports, this team will be a playoff team. Now, whether they want to go down that route or they just want to keep all Kiwi players, if they keep all the Kiwi players, it's going to take this group at least 3 years before they probably contend for a championship. So if I was the Rangers, I'd be considering seeing what we can do to bring in a couple high-profile players. Jeff Heather makes his first attempt of the game since he's got in. Izzy goes to the hole, uses a bit of a veteran move to put his body in between the defender, and he gets hits from behind, so he'll go to the line to shoot two. Everard Bartlett is coming back in the game basically for playing time, I think, because he is his first game back from losing in the Australian League Finals to the New Zealand Breakers. I'd like to send a shout out to all my ex-Breaker teammates that won the championship again this year. Good on you, mate.
There we go. Hey. And I'd like to do a little bit of a quick shout out to, I know you probably can't hear me at the moment, was the team doctor of the Rangers, Crispin Bracefield. He was very good at giving a little bit of insight in the team as well. And Wayne Robertson was more than a good facilitator, giving me the information I need to know. Swing pass there on the free. Oh, what was that? Standing out of bounds. Oh, hard luck.
Yeah, hard luck there. Just court awareness there. He was a little lacking. You know, you've been playing for a while now. You should know where the out of bounds is. It irks me when I was a player that players would step out of bounds when you know where the out of bounds are. But yet you still would run so close to it. You're right there. Good pass inside to Matt Wilson, and he just misses. Now that's the one that he's got to put down. You got to throw that down, big fella.
He's got the ability to throw that down. I've seen the big man get up once or twice in his career. But you're right there. Nice little entry pass through to the needle there by Everard Bartlett. And let's see if Matt Wilson can finish the strike. Unfortunately, can't hit the first one. But once again, hopefully you're enjoying the telecast here tonight. Live and direct online from the Pettigrew Green Arena at Taradale. Second is good.
Second was good. Matt Wilson. Young and unbecoming player as well. He wants to go to the States to play university basketball. I've been trying to help him with a few schools lately. I had a school very interested in him. very interested in Alonzo Burden as well. I think we won't be seeing them probably next season. They both might be off to the States.
Yeah, puts it right in the basket, down to the lane. Misses. Heber can't secure the ball, but does so there. Returns ball back. Right there. Hey, once again, this has been a good night for out. Probably more so there for the Hawks. Can't finish off there. Tip ball. Oh, still going. Oh, was that a backcourt or what?
I think the referee is just saying, play on, play on. It was great hustle by both teams, though. And it's great to see that the Rangers haven't given up. They're still playing all the way to the end. That shows a lot of character for a young team. They'll learn from this, and they'll move on. On the other hand, the Hawks will be very relieved to finally get a win because they've had a couple losses, couple tough losses in a row, and finally back on the winning track. So let's see if they can keep on track.
If this is any indication of such great personality, I see Ike Hohen, the assistant coach over there. They're having a ball out there. They're having little smiles and chuckles and stuff over there. So if your coach is happy, then, hey, you should be happy yourself.
I guarantee that's a fake smile. I can absolute guarantee. When he in that locker room, he might rip into him a little bit or say, well, what can you really say? I mean, you're losing 115 to 70. You can't really say much, but yet it wasn't our night. You got to shrug that one off and regroup and plan for your next game. It was good to see that at least the Rangers get a chance to play their bench. The Hawks are getting a chance. Some of the guys who don't average that many minutes during other games getting a lot of minutes in this game. Everard Bartlett, like I said, he's just out there because I know it's his first game back, and Tab wants him to get in the playing shape again. Won't take much. Great defense by the Hawks. 24-second shot clock goes. Like I said, the inexperience there. There should have been somebody on the Rangers team telling the person with the ball, hey, we got 5 seconds, you need to take it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyle Tarawa, number 4, coming on there, not aware of the shot clock. And that's just that's basketball 101. And you should be really looking after the basket there. Not finishing there. It looks like a rebound there by Tarawa. And it looks like Rangers ball. What's the call there? Cheap foul. And as the ball carries over to the same player.
Yeah, a little cheapy there. Looks like we'll be shooting 2 shots here. 115 to 70. With about 2 minutes to play in the game. The crowd's still here. The faithful at the Pettigrew Green Arena. First attempt up, that's good. It's good to see that the Rangers haven't stopped playing hard. They're still playing hard. I know there was a bit of smiles over there on the bench, but I guarantee you they're hurting inside. If they're not hurting inside, they're not winners.
Once again, this is a developing team, and there we go, trying to get up, trying to finish with the left hand, couldn't finish. And a foul there hard on Everard Bartlett. He will go to the strike.
Everard thinking he's back with the development squad with the Breakers when he won the Australian Slam Dunk Championships there. He thought he could do that again. I'm not quite sure where he was going with that because I didn't think he was going to get up high enough to dunk it.
He tried to take the elevator to the top, and then he made halfway through the building. But hey, still a strong take right there. And I like the little shout there too. It looks like number 21 for the Rangers, Mark Kelly. He is actually still he's a high school kid as well, and he plays and he attends Auckland Grammar.
Oh, nice. See, young talent all over New Zealand. So get out, people. Support your local teams, no matter where you are. There's heaps of local talent. They would love to see you come. The kids, bring the family, have a great time. Kick back, enjoy the action. It's always entertaining no matter who's playing this year. Every team in the league is very exciting to watch. I encourage everyone to get out, have a look. Just if you've never been to a game before, come out, enjoy the atmosphere, see how it is. I guarantee you'll come back every time.
Yeah, and Tab Baldwin over there looks like he's in relax mode at the moment. Pretty much left in the slacks. Needless to say, would he be happy with this victory?
I think he'd be really satisfied with this victory because it is a victory and they've needed one. I mean, they desperately needed this win more than the Rangers did. And they've come out and they've played their hearts out and they've attacked. Everybody brother takes a little one-on-one there. Oh, shot. Score 117-71. About 1 minute to go in the game. It's garbage time, really. Little steal by Jeff Heather. Give him the ball back, Izzy. Give him the ball back. Let us see the young fella get up.
Yeah, Kale Tarawa just probably trying to stop the transitional play there by the Hawks, giving away a cheap foul and putting Nikora to the line for the 2. And when is the next game they'll be here is probably going to be the Wellington Saints. Very tough game. You know, a team full of stars, and the coach, one of the greatest New Zealand basketball players of all time, Pero Cameron.
Yeah, any team Pero's on, you know it's a tough team. I guarantee you, because he demands that from everyone. Even when he was a player, I won a championship with Waikato with Pero Cameron, one of the toughest men I've ever played against. We often bumped heads, especially if we were against each other, because neither one of us wanted to back down. I know he was 10 times the size of me, but hey, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's what my motto was. And I know he wasn't afraid of anything or anybody as well, so it was just two great competitors going at each other. Next week, Wellington comes in here, and I guarantee he'll have them fired up, ready to play like there was a championship game.
Shaley there, taking it to the basket, finishing hard with the right. Good push of the ball there. Dishing off there. Tarawa with the ball. Dish pass there. Oh, Alonzo Burden saying, "You cannot come to my block party, brother. You are gone."
Alonzo trying to imitate his father there with them go-go gadget arms as well, those long arms. Says, "Get that weak stuff out of my house."
Yeah, no jumper there. Jumper again. But Mark Kelly doesn't drop. Rebound there by Burden. 10 seconds in the game left to go. And it looks like we're just winding down to this game. The HBS Bank Hawks dominating 118 to the James Blunt Super City Rangers 73. Blowout, blowout, blowout.
You said it. Blowout. Hard-fought game. The Rangers didn't quit. Well done. 118-73. The Hawks win. The Rangers suffer another tough loss. But hey, youth on their side. I'm sure they'll rebound from this and come out hard. Next home game against the Wellington Saints. That would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be a good game. Once again, the James Blunt Super City Waitakere Rangers, they will be coming back, and they will coming hard. They'll finish hard into the season. But again, it looks like the Hawks are back on track with a winning way.
Yeah, I think Tab will be very happy with their performance tonight, especially the second half, and especially when they started crashing the boards, and especially the play of Brian Green, the Machine, and Dion Brewster.